Brothers and sisters, welcome back to my channel. What are we gonna play for the rest of this month? And until Allen, because Allen is gonna shake the format! Everything is gonna change. The format that you know right now, the combos, we're gonna start from zero, and that's what I like about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's a fresh new start, it's a fresh new meta, it's a fresh new headache. And I guess new haters are gonna grow around talking shit about the new broken cards. The new Ryzeal Mitsurugi. The new Malice Ignister. The new Ryzeal with Heraldic is gonna absolutely destroy the format, and then let's not forget about White Forest. Well, brothers, now we have a free month, and let's see which decks are the best for this one. Okay, obviously, this video is gonna be focused more about Malice, Pinsmith, because it's one of my favorite decks for this format, obviously, because I'm a meta ship. I change every month. I like to change. So before showing the Malice variants and the gameplay, let's make happy some Ryzeal bosses.
Autobots, roll out!
Okay, so this is the deck that I would play this month for Ryzeal. It's a very standard deck, focused on board breakers. The starters are not quite a lot, but we have books to protect them from impermanence, Veiler, enemy controller. Shout out to Thrift, which was playing a lot of those board breakers in one of his recent videos. I like the idea, and if I like the idea, I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna make it mine. Now it's my go. So this is for the Ryzeal bosses. We play double or nothing with a lot of board breakers. We break the board, brothers. And then we summon Utopia double. And then we summon Utopia, 10,000 attack, over a monster, GG. We have 3 Big John. I didn't find the space for Toad. If you can find the space for Toad in the extra deck, would be awesome. A card that I really like during this format is actually Stealth Kraken. And it's something that also Mermail is playing recently. And the number for Stealth Kraken is crazy because it actually destroys every Finsmith deck, because every monster becomes water. And what happens when you have a moon that's water? You cannot make Requiem. Yeah. So basically, only Kraken destroys the entire Finsmith engine of a deck. So that's why I like Kraken. And you can make Kraken because you play Big John. It's not Big Joe, it's Big John. And Big John can summon Drake. And Drake and Big John can make number 4. And then we have Chummies, board breakers, a lot of Solemns for going first. That's it for Ryzeal. Who fucking cares about Ryzeal? Anyways, let's move on to the Malice decklist. So first of all, I will explain you guys how I started studying Malice. My first approach to the Malice deck was skip the video in order to see the decklist! With entraps. With a lot of entraps. I was like, my brother. Finally, the Banlist fixed the math of my deck. I was playing too many normal summon. Anyways, I wanted 5 normal summon in 40. I wanted a certain number of extenders. And I felt like, okay, so the Banlist actually fixed my deck. And that sounded crazy, to be honest. And this deck is actually not bad. Because we are playing the 5 normal summon that we were already supposed to play in a 40 card decklist. So we don't have to play on 43. Because that sounds crazy. I'm gonna play more than 40 if I have 3 Dormouse, obviously. I'm gonna play around 42, 43 because I have 3 Dormouse and I can play 3 Rabbit, which are okay extenders after my engraved stuff, right? So why not? But now the Banlist hit the names, and I was very happy with it actually. I was like, you know what? I can actually play 40 now. So this is actually the decklist. So you play 2 Dormouse, 2 Rabbit, 1 Chassis. Chassis is bad. You don't want to throw this card. Stop coping on it. No one wants to play more than 1 Chassis. You only need 1 Chassis rotation. Stop. Actually stop. The card is dog shit. Awful. Awful. Useless. No one wants to draw Chassis. No one wants to draw Chassis. Stop. To Underground. one TB11, one NTP07, 106. You do play TB11 because we are missing the body of the decode to talk like the decode that was banned during the previous banlist. Rest in peace, my brother, we will miss you. So we need actually the extra body with the TB11. One terraforming, one sarcophagus standards, 3 Tractus, 3 engraver. Brothers, we are playing Finsmith. Let's stop with this shit. Finsmith is the best extender in this deck, and people do the combo wrong. You don't use Finsmith in order to go into sequence. You use Finsmith just as extra bodies for your Malice combo, because your Malice combo plays around Nibiru Impermanence, Nibiru Veiler, Nibiru Bestial, Nibiru Ash. But if you start with Finsmith and you reach the sequence line, then you lose to Nibiru Impermanence, Nibiru Veiler, Nibiru Ash, Nibiru Bestial. Stop! Those are extenders. Those are not Finsmith cards that you're gonna use for your Finsmith combo. You're gonna do the Finsmith combo at the very end of your combo. At the very end. Then we got 2 Bestials, because we don't have enough names to play more Bestials, so that makes no sense. 3 Fuva, 3 Ash, 1 Talent, 3 Veiler, 3 Impermanence, 3 Nib, 1 Crossout. This crossout can be anything, to be honest. Can be a 1 Callby, can be a 1 Drake, 1 Ball Drake, can be literally anything. I'm just putting 1 crossout because there are a lot of mirrors around recently. And crossout is insane in the mirror, because going second you can crossout MTP07, you can crossout GWC06, you can crossout Paradise going second. So I was like, you know what, crossout doesn't even seem that bad, to be honest, in the main deck if I have to play on 40. And I was like, okay, maybe it's fine. For side deck, don't look at this. I mean, you can look at the side deck, but this side deck is not perfect, because we have 3 Lancia, 3 Meowls, 2 Purulia, the Call by the Grave. To be honest, after testing the Trust stuff, I didn't like it. There are too many people on Malice with board breakers. There are too many people on Mermail because they are coping on it, even though the combo is still good for Mailbell because they are making various touch, blah blah blah, yara yara. But that seems like Drytron 2.0, to be honest. It's not a bad deck, don't get me wrong. I still think it's a potential tier 1 for this rest of this month. Post-Banlist is gonna be dog shit as 90% of the decklist that we are playing right now. But I don't like Trust recently because I've seen too many people on board breakers, so it's probably better to play something like Strike, playing like multiple of the Chummies. I'm gonna show you the iteration of, like, the correction of the side deck that I realized moving forward, because this was actually my first approach to the deck. As you can see, I replaced the Link Decoder with the Linguribo. And then we move to the second variant of this decklist. I felt like I did not have enough pushes. So what happens when you don't have enough pushes? Yes, my brothers, you add extenders. And the extender that I decided to add was Bestial, Lubellion, Boldrake, Magramut, Druis, blah blah blah. So, and then I had Regain, obviously. I'm not playing Veiler because Veiler felt very subpar in my testing. I really didn't like it. It felt like it was never enough, it was never good, it was never a good top deck, it was not... I didn't felt like it was good enough. So I replaced the Veiler in order to play Lubellion. But here is the thing. I didn't like Lubellion too, because I was testing, and there were a lot of people again on Mermaid, Crystron, Kashtira Finsmith, and Kashtira like literally destroys Bestial. I was like, okay. Odeon too, I saw a lot of Odeons. Mirrors and Bestial, as you guys know, it's not very good into Malice. And so I was like, okay, maybe it's not the call. It's not the call. The deck did not felt bad at all, but the going second felt awkward. And also post side, it was also like it also felt awkward under Lancia because okay, I'm adding an extender, which is Lubellion, but it also loses Lancia, and then I don't have the body anymore. I can use it in my opponent turn, but again, it's not that crazy. The side deck is still the same for this specific variant. Again, I didn't like the Trust. The Linguribo was coming up a little bit less, and then we move to the third variant of the deck. For the third variant of the deck, you guys might see a little bit of a change. We decided to add the most Italian cards. The Castira, my brothers. The Castira, my goat unicorn and fairy and Ryzeal. And I'm playing 42 and there is a reason why I'm playing 42, because the Castira cards give us also a new starter, which is set rotation. And set rotation is such an amazing start because plays around impermanence, forces your opponent to use all the charms because otherwise they will control a card on the board, and gives you a free unicorn. And then you would say, okay, Nash, okay, but if you take the Ryzeal and you give your opponent the underground, then you cannot activate a spell for the rest of the turn. I'm gonna speed. I'm gonna banish the field spell on the board of my opponent at a certain point during my combo, so I will be able to use my own Malice in underground that I'm gonna add from the ransom. The entraps are basically the same except for Veiler. Again, I didn't like the Lubellion. The Castira were pushing very good, but then I got a message from Thrift. Yo, Nash! Nash! Too many bricks! I don't like Bert! Pump it up! Pump it up! I don't like Bert! TB11 is a brick! Thrift, man. So, Thrift, my boy, what's up? I don't like Bert. I don't like TB11. Too many bricks. We need to work on the shit. We need the sauce. We need the sauce. Okay. So, I was like, okay, Thrift. So, what do you want me to do? To cut the bricks? I got you, baby. Boom. Third iteration of the deck. But I think the best side deck was this one. I think 3 Lancia, 3 Droll, 3 Purulia. The Droll is still in discussion, I'm still thinking about it. One line, I think it's very important in the mirror, because you can reverse Lancia your opponent using the Finsmith card in order to steal the Lancia. Call by the Grave, cross out, and then the 3 Solemn Strike. I think the Solemn Strike was way better than the Trust, in my opinion, considering all the variants of decks. Then I cut Linguribo for access code. I'm still not sure about this access code. Could be still Linguribo. I'm testing access code right now. Third iteration of the deck. I think you copy this side deck and you put it here. And I'm playing Caesar here. I didn't like Caesar. I'm testing Caesar in this variant too. Like the last flex spot can be access code, Linguribo, Firewall, Caesar. It's one of those 4. We're gonna take, like, it's gonna take some, like, it's gonna take me more testing in order to decide. You guys can test on your own. I gave you the option. You decide. Let's go over some gameplay. I think the map of the deck was good. It felt good. I was not really breaking. And I was like, okay, so let's see what's up. First the game of the day. I was like, okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Unfortunately, it was not I Love Beer. It was one of his friends. Okay, so this is my end. Ash, Fua, Tract, Lacrima, Ryzeal. Just for the showcase, I'm gonna show you guys Molinglascia, Fualos, Neptabis, Dominus, Impulse, Dragoons. Once again, if I see comments under the video assuming that I have the crystal balls and I can read my opponent's hand, you might be a bozo. Because when I play in a vacuum. I don't see my opponent's hand. I see that shit every day on the DB Grinder video. It's boring, and you guys need to understand that I don't use cheat codes. I don't see my opponent's hand, so I cannot play perfectly in every spot. Just saying that, just saying that. Manesh, how do you did not read your opponent having Molinglascia ripping 2 in your hand? It's a one-off! Anyways. Let's talk about the gameplay now. I'm gonna activate Ryzeal in order to add the goat. And I'm gonna add Unicorn. Special summon Unicorn, Unicorn effect add Birth. Normal summon Lacrima, Lacrima effect is gonna dump Engraver. Then we're gonna go into Requiem. Ifuvalos, Ayash, Unicorn rip in the extra deck. And we're gonna take the Poseidra Abyss, because that's the main way this deck is gonna break your board and make a bitch out of you. Okay, if that card stays in the extra deck, my brother, the card is gonna make a bitch out of you. Okay? Okay, that's how it works basically. So you take that. You take that. You take that. There are other options actually that I was actually thinking about, but you take that. Anyways, we summon Engraver. We equip the Requiem. Fake anti-Nibiru play. That's a fake anti-Nibiru. Anyways, he activates Impulse. I read his mind, so we went for the Lurry line. Lurry line into sequence. Sequence effect. Shuffle back Lurry, Engraver, and Requiem in order to summon Desirai. And then I'm gonna summon a card that, in my opinion, is mandatory in this extra deck. We're gonna summon Agnum Day. Agnum Day is the best Link 3 in this extra deck, and it's actually way better than Access Code. It's decent going first, it's decent game 1, it's perfect game 2 and game 3 under Lancia. Ensures an OTK so easy, and also gives you an extra interruption if you start with Engraver, because you can use then this card as a link material. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the effect, I'm gonna summon back Desirai, I'm gonna link those two away in order to summon IP Masquerena, Birth, summon back Unicorn, and pass. Why? Because I have Lacrima that's gonna special summon back my Agnum Day, and I'm gonna summon Desirai back. Then normal summon Neptabis, try to make a space, oops. 1 IP against Mermail. Society, if that shit, like, you are able to play against 1 IP. Society, actually Society. Okay, so let's proceed. Game 2, baby, game 2. I Love Beer starts with Diva. The worst normal summon in the deck, but Mermail has an 80% consistency. Wow, you would be so surprised on how many times this deck breaks, but then you go on feature, you go on stream, you go to a YCS, and magically this deck doesn't break anymore, because 80% does not exist. It's just like, if you don't know that your deck has 80% consistency, then the deck like just actually functions, if that makes sense. Like, have you ever seen a deck like that? If you don't know that the deck breaks, it doesn't break. It's literally... And then we have Christian Urena, YCS winner with Mermail, saying 80%? My shit is 100. What's my shit is 100. Yeah, Christian Urena. Yes. Exactly what I was talking about. If you don't know how to do math, that's what happens. You don't know, the deck doesn't know, it doesn't happen. Okay, so normal summon Dipsy Diva, Chain Fualos, and I start scrambling. I drop Purulia, and I start scrambling even more. Princess, Goons, add Goons, and add Minstrel. Goes for Minstrel. Minstrel is gonna pitch the Goons, chain the Purulia, and now it's over. Add Demoling Glacier, that's not gonna do anything in this scenario. Summon the Coelacanth. Summon back Dragoons, and then use the effect of Coelacanth. I draw another card. It's trying to barrier lock me. It goes for Glutonous, Kraken, Abishrite, summon Goons, go into Prima Donna, use Prima Donna effect, summon the barrier. And I actually did not draw an out to the barrier, except for a normal summon. I have to shuffle back the cards for the Purulia and the Fualos. I can only play +6. So I'm gonna imperm the Kraken that was summoned in the wrong zone. I'm gonna activate Terraforming in order to add Brightsot. I'm gonna activate Brightsot in order to add Fairy. I'm gonna normal summon Dormouse and enter in battle phase. It did not set up an anti-normal summon play after I hit the Kraken, which was bad, I guess. Attack over the barrier, activate Dormouse, banish Chessie, and now with the rematch button, my baby, rematch button. Okay, so it's his turn. Start Nepta. Nepta send Goons, gets hit by an impermanence. Why? Because Nepta Beast plus any water plays around Nibiru. So at the point, I don't want it to hit an Nibiru. I just hope that he is not gonna add Minstrel, because if he adds Minstrel, that means that he has a 3-card combo. If he doesn't, then I'm already lost. He has a squad, but he already had Mistral in hand. GG, my brothers and sisters. GG. Let's look at the combo. Actually, we don't look at the combo, because I know the combo. The combo is basically Barrier Statue with a 3 interruption. That combo actually loses to 1 Book of Eclipse. The combo actually loses to 1 Dark Ruler. That combo loses to what? Evenly plus Impermanence? Ah, no. Anyway, Standby Main, Summon the Ferry, the Goat, add Unicorn, set Normal Summon Dormouse, gets hit by Impermanence, chain MTP07, add Rabbit, pay 600, baby, pay 600. I also do the chest in Shelling 2, I think I do the chest in Shelling 1, so I can protect myself from impulse because I'm reading that shit. Boom boom, use Chessie, banish the Rabbit, draw 2, summon back the Rabbit, and then we use Rabbit effect in order to set 0-6. And then we link those 3 away in order to summon Binder. We set TB11, we activate TB11, then we use Binder effect. He says okay actually, which is kinda strange that he says okay in this position. I think he's very scared of my Pinsmith engine. He doesn't want me to end on IP, I guess. Then I go Moon into Requiem, gets hit by Impulse, which was actually a very good Impulse if you think about it. Anyways, start with Mistral. You see my hand, Ash Blossom. Okay, now you would say, Nash, why you didn't draw? Because I thought he had talent for a second, or trust. Because I was like, okay, I don't need to draw him. Because I know that his deck after Mistral cannot play under Nibiru. And I was like, if I can keep myself from using any monster effect until before the Nibiru comes, I will win this game. But he actually plays very smartly and he forces me to use a monster effect, because here he goes Poseidra. If he spins, he will actually OTK me under 5 summons. So I actually have to chain the 0-6. I didn't see that coming. That was a blunder. I should have just drawn and called it a day and play into talent. I tried to respect it as much as I could, but I actually could not. So that was the point, basically. I'm not stupid that I did not use draw on resolution. I was just trying to play around talent, but I was never able to because I did not realize that I was not able to play around talent. That was the situation. Anyways, he enters in battle phase, and in 4 summons he establishes the Gaius, which does absolutely nothing. This one, I actually, again, it's not a misclick. I just stripped. I thought I had Engraver in the graveyard. When I don't, I ask him to take it back. It was very nice to let me take it back, so I just go into Lizardos. Summon back Dormouse, makes this shit 900. Link those 2 away in order to go into Ransom. Add Underground. He knows that I have Trust, I think. Banish Binder, Summon Binder, draw Call By. Sounds crazy. So I use the effect of White in order to force the Shrine. He chains Shrine. I just Ash Blossom the Shrine. And then I'm gonna probably Call By the thingy, but he already scoops. He was trying to top deck with Shrine. I was never allowing him to do that. I don't even know if he had a top deck, which I don't think, but you know. Anyways, my hand is crazy. My hand is crazy, I cannot complain. Start with the Pike Pitch Squad, which is actually super powerful. I say okay, he has Mistral. The reason why I say okay in this position is because it doesn't matter if I imperm this, because he's gonna summon Neptabis with Squad. And I already know that he's gonna get into Mistral no matter what in this situation. So I'm just not gonna stop him with Imperm. I'm gonna try to keep the Imperm, force the Mistral on my Nibiru and keep the Imperm for a Coelacanth. And no, it's not even Coelacanth because he can protect the Coelacanth by tributing the Pike. Just gonna keep the Imperm. Because I might keep the Imperm for what? For the Synchro 7? So, go Squad, draw 1. I draw again into Purulia. I might be goated. He goes Mistral again, I chain Purulia. I show my hand. He actually takes the Imperm, which was very scary to be honest. Goes Poseidra. And then he goes Dragoons, Mauling Glacier. He goes into Abyss Shrine, sending Neptabyss, add Neptabyss, summon back, summon Mauling Glacier, I draw 1. And this is very, very sad, to be honest, because it's bottom of my place. Okay. Now, the moment he sets this card, I know it's Impulse. And here is the thing. I thought about going Engraver, add Tractus, Tractus, add Lacrima, but that still loses to Impulse. So I was like, why do I... like, and also Lacrima in my opponent turn doesn't make any sense. The reason of it not making any sense is because I don't want to have a card on my board. Because if I have a card on my board, I make it... like, I make him... like, easier to spam bodies on the board because he can go for the Poseidra in order to spin back the card in my hand and dump a monster. He can go rank 7, Poseidra, the second Poseidra. So Poseidra main deck, Poseidra Storming, Atlantean, whatever, and Poseidra extra deck rank 7 in order to spin and gain advantage. I don't want that to happen. So the way that I play this situation out is just simply going Lurry, because it doesn't matter where he's gonna input me. I will still be able to send the Mauling Glacier. Here I just summon Engraver. As you can see, I don't summon Lacrima, because if I summon Lacrima, then I do actually lose 2 Impulse. Then the next turn he has OTK. And I know that. So if I summon Lacrima, I lose at any point. So I'm just gonna keep Requiem. Requiem is gonna send the Mauling Glacier. Engraver effect on Requiem. I know that he has Impulse. He will Impulse me. I just enter in battle phase and crash because I don't want any monster on my board. I just pass. He draws 1. Draws Ash. Neptabyss. I actually think I imperm this because it's free value. Like, I don't think I get a better imperm than this, to be honest. No. Because like any normal summon, it just goes Shrine in the graveyard, banish, and then it can trigger changing. So I don't have an out. I don't have impermanence because he has Mermail King. So I am perfectly locked. I am perfectly locked. Perfectly locked. Okay. So basically I have no out. Like, it just sets up the barrier statue, and I don't have a turn on my next turn. Next game, because we want to see some gameplay. Anyways, we start with Fairy Rad Unicorn, my brothers. Normal summon rabbit. I mean, set TB11, summon rabbit. I see 60. I see 60. If I see 60, on God, I'm playing in Tony Beer. On God, I'm putting everything I have on the board. On God, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. There is no way I'm not playing in Tony Biro. I see 60, my brothers. I'm doing the math right now. I'm doing this shit. You have only 3, 5, 1. Boom, baby. Calculate for me. 0.2%. 0.2%. I see that 0.2% and I'm going crazy right now. I see that 0.2%. I'm playing into that. I'm putting my bolts on the table. Okay, so normal summon rabbit, set GWC, those 2 into lizard, those we banish the rabbit, summon back the rabbit, we go into ransom. Ransom is gonna add the field spell, activate DB11, banish summon Dormouse, trigger the ransom. Ransom effect is gonna banish the chassis, summon the chassis. We chill my baby, we banish the underground, we draw 2, we link those 3 away into binder. Binder effect is gonna banish 3. And then we're gonna use Dormouse effect to summon back. I cannot summon rabbit back, that was a mistake. I actually forgot for a second that I already used, but I reminded my opponent that I already used it. We go GWC effect, we banish the binder. We don't give a shit about Nibiru. We summon back the binder, we draw 1 card, we activate the binder, we set back GWC, and then we link those 2 away in order to go into Moon, Moon into Requiem, Requiem into Lacrima, Lacrima sends Engraver, and we use Engraver effect, we shuffle back the Moon, we go into Above, a bow. We summon back a monster, then we go into IP and we summon back a bow in end phase. This IP is gonna be Crypter. In my opponent turn, my opponent starts with the Foolish Buria. He has only bricks in hand. Like, he's so dead, it's crazy. Anyways, we start Foolish, we send the Rhino. Rhino effect is gonna pitch the Salic. Rhino effect Chelling 1, Salic Chelling 2. I do now 0-6 because I'm scared of him actually sending a name. This way I know that he's forced to send the Tier Element Kashtira. And if he sends Tier Element Kashtira, I'm fine, because it's like him losing an effect. And this deck does not have a lot of mills, as you guys might think. So it's basically feeding on an effect. This is basically an infinite impermanence, in my opinion. So Chelling 1, Chelling 2, Chelling 3, Banish, Summon Back, Activate Ransom, Activate Rabbit, set NTP07 under the ground, Resolution, Activate Scream, I activate IP in chain, so he doesn't mill, Summon Crypter, he goes for Shaden, Pitch, mill 3, and that mill was crazy, my brothers and sisters, that shit was crazy. I say okay because I don't care what you mill. I don't care what do you mill, my brother. He mills 3 and that was crazy too. He goes out Phoenix and Keldo. I'm like, okay, chill. He activates out Phoenix, combo wombo. He shuffle back the Turtle out Phoenix and Rhino. Then he summons Kaledo. Chilling 2 Crypter because he targets my Crypter with Kaledo. Chilling 3 MTP07, banishing my binder. Add Dormouse. We banish the Caledon, we banish the Shaden, so he cannot go for some sketchy lines. And then we put back the Crypter. Chainlink resolves. Binder comes back, draw 1 card, we go into Druis, my brother, we are chilling, activate Lacrima, my opponent chains the Keldo, and I chain a bow in order to dodge the Keldo. A bow pitch Ferry, summon back the Requiem, and then we're gonna use Requiem effect, summon back Crimson, send Paradise, Tier Cash is gonna summon itself, banish the Salic, mill 3, activate Salvation, we don't care. He also milled crazy again, he mills Engraver and Scissor. And then we activate Wall, Tomb, blah blah blah, Imseti, and the replay goes to shit.
Later.
Okay, anyway, summon Tier Cash, mill 3, he mills crazy. He mills into Salvation, Scissor, and Engraver. My brother is like his second job, his side job is literally mill cards from his deck. He adds the Walls. And then he activates the Walls. Walls is gonna add Imseti, the Glory Hall. And then he's gonna use Imseti, the Glory Hall, in order to add the Sarcophagus. Then he's gonna draw a card that's gonna be actually Ferrir. I let actually the Moon go because it doesn't make, like, I don't care about this card. I'll just let Engraver go too. I don't care about this card too. Uses Engraver, sure, my brother. Send White Binder. Then he makes Sequence, and here I actually use the Paradise because this might get very dangerous if this sequence resolves. We send Desirae, blah blah blah. Summons Ferrir. I don't care. Ferrir is fine. Then summons to back. Asks me a question. I tell him the cards that I have in hand. Suddenly enters in battle phase. He doesn't ask shit. But brother, go back. No. Nip. Go back. You asking question? I'm not getting distracted by. Okay, anyways. Purulia in the draw phase. Normal summon Merly. Merly mills 3. Activate Salvation. I have to wash that. That sounds crazy. And then we go for that grass. Looks greener. I could show the gameplay. I could show what happened. It basically milled. There is not much to say about it. I can show it to you. I can also show you why I did not use Fuwalos. Okay, so let me explain why I did not use Fuwalos. Now, I might sound crazy. So he triggers like 6 chain links, and one of them is Alphenis. There is a Shadow Beast in his graveyard. I'm like, if he makes Shadow, and I know that he has a trap in hand, I'm dead. I'm dead on paper, because he also has Paradise for my Fenrir. So I'm like, maybe if I let the names resolve, and then I Fuwa, I have a chance. I never have a chance. This is his graveyard right now, and he's resolving Chilling 1 Hollow, Chilling 2 Phoenix, Chilling 3 Reno, Chilling 4 Salic, Chilling 5 East, Chilling 6 Tier Cash. So I can never Fua. I can never Fua. I can never Fua. Because the moment I do it, then he summons Winda. I don't want him to summon Winda. If he summons Winda, I'm actually dead. Maybe I have a chance. So I just wait. So I just let him cook a little bit. And I get at least a draw. And I'm like, okay, at least he did not do it. I draw the nib. This nib was crazy. I'm like, I cannot nib. There is Kaleido. I have to opt for something. That something did not happen. So I just draw. And I accept my loss. Next. Okay. Mind is crazy. Once again, I'm not playing around shit. That 0.2% sounds crazy right now. Chessie effect, banish rabbit, summon rabbit, rabbit effect, set GWC, 3 into binder, set TB11, activate TB11, summon another rabbit, summon binder, binder draw, binder banish, summon Dormouse, I think. Use those two, moon, blah blah blah, those two into Abao. I actually misclick here. Summon Lacrima, summon Engraver, go IP standard. Summon Lacrima, Lacrima send Engraver. I actually say okay to everything here because I was scared of Droplet, to be honest. Sure, he goes Engraver. On the summon, I'm gonna use a bow in order to pop the... Like, on the equip, I'm gonna use a bow in order to pop the Engraver. He goes Trust, I say okay. I don't care if he takes talent. I'm actually more scared about that grass looks greener. Which he actually has in hand. If I Ash that, I might actually lose this game. Anyways, he goes talent. I chain IP and make dark in order to give him a dead link. He goes. I was scared that he would take my Abao, and that's why I didn't do it. Probably was gonna take my IP, but I was very scared of him taking Abao, to be honest. I was very, very scared. Links those two away, make sequence. I'm just gonna use GWC. I don't even need to use Strike here. GWC, summon Rabbit, summon Binder, and then I banish 2 cards from his graveyard and my Rabbit. So his sequence is like getting impermanence. I don't even need to use Strike here. I'm actually holding the Strike. Greener, Ash, Scoops. And this is my... Like, I didn't use Nibiru, I didn't use Strike. And I did not use Paradise. Why? Because I know how to sequence my shit. Next. Boom, boom, boom. He starts Purulia. I don't care. Normal summon Lacrima. Engraver. Requiem. Engraver. Equip. Necro. Shuffle back. Summon. Those two into EP and pass. I shotgun the Lacrima. Why? Because it's good. He droplets for 2. Maybe 2 was not that good. Normal summon Lacrima. Goes in Send Engraver. Link the 2 away. Blah blah blah. Link the 2 away. Link into Requiem effect. Goes Engraver. Summon Engraver, I don't care. He sends my Requiem, okay. And here I misplay. This is a misplay. This is a blunder. I should Impermon summon. Because this deck plays fucking Breakout. Did I know it? I know it. Did I do it? No, I didn't do it on summon. Well, I just touched the Breakout. Shuffle 3. Summon Desirae, equip, enters in battle phase. Okay, I'm like, sure. Draw Tractus, activate Engraver. Link it away, summon Requiem, summon Lacrima, Lacrima dump Engraver. Tractus effect, summon Slurry. Summon Sequence, using Sequence effect, he uses Desirae. GG, never punished. Fuck it, we are never getting punished. That was a misplay though, Remember that against Memento you should actually Impermanence Veiler on summon. Don't do it on trigger effects, you do it on ignition effect before they activate their effect, because so you can also always play around the quick spells. Anyways, I go second again. I open double Pedula, which is kinda crazy. Activate Pedula. Blade, draw one. He actually plays perfectly around my shit. Holy fuck, if you're playing this artwork on Nibiru, you deserve to go to jail. Anyways, Mills 2, activate Gattic. Gattic has the fusion effect. He's gonna fusion the 3 away in order to summon the Memento Mictlan Teulika Creation King. Tekulika Creation King. Mill 3, he's gonna mill Memento Tlan Maze, Memento Tlan Anguish, e Memento Tlan Tekutlika Creation King. Anyways, he's gonna use the effect of Creation King. He's gonna get the field spell. He's gonna use the fusion spell. He's gonna pop the Creation King. He's gonna add the bomb part. He's gonna trigger the field spell. Summon back the Anguish effect. He's gonna add the OG Creation. He's gonna use Anguish second effect. He's gonna summon Mace. He's gonna pop the Mace. He's gonna add Sleepy. And then he's gonna use 1/1. He's gonna pitch the Creation. Summon Slurry. He's gonna go for Requiem. He's gonna go for Finsmith combo. He's gonna go for Sequence. Sequence effect. 1 shoot 3, baby. 1 shoot 3. And then he's gonna summon Desiree. He's gonna pop with the bomb party. Summon the summon SP. Summon back the OG Creation. Activates entrance on the goblin. Set the party, baby. Okay, this is actually super interesting because I actually shotgun. I don't do it in main phase. I don't want him to read the talent. Because I can force everything anyways. I actually did it on purpose in the draw phase because I don't want him to play around talent. Activate Tractus, summon Slurry. Also because I'm never using talent because of Desiree. So I want him actually to use an effect, because I have to play into that anyways. Go Chessie uses Desiree, and then we go talent take. Chains for Sleepy. I was actually like... I take SP. I'm actually very close to break it. He goes Akiron, summon back. I use those two into Binder. I go Chellink 1 Binder, he goes Chellink 2 Chaos Hunter. I draw 1 because he summons from the end the Hunter. I go Trust. I already used talent, so I have to go for a sketchy way in order to out this Hunter. I go Binder effect to set. Set GWC06. I use Terraforming. I add Brightsot, so the attack of my Binder is gonna be boosted. I'm gonna add Ferrir. I'm gonna enter in battle facing attack over Chaos Hunter. And then I'm gonna use GW6 summon Chessie. Summon back the Binder, draw 1. Attack over Akiron, which gets banished because of Jessica. He goes Sleepy actually, which lets me draw another card. That was smart from him, because I was actually trying to play around Sleepy. Use the 3 in order to go into Creation. Creation dump doesn't matter, so that's why I don't touch. But the thing is that I didn't actually draw any good extender. I only draw Entraps, which was very sad. Summon Ferrir, add Ferrir. And GG, baby. That was basically game. Next. That was close, though. That was very close. That was very, very close. Anyways, I go first again. I go Special Summon Unicorn, my goat. Add Bird. Normal Summon Dormouse. Summon Chessie. Activate Field Spell. Add Ferrir. Activate Chessie. Banish 2. Summon back. Activate the effect. Set TB11. Use the 3. Summon Binder. Binder effect in order to banish. Chilling 2 Chaos Hunter. Chain TB11. Summon the White Rabbit. Trigger the Binder. Summon back draw. Activate Engraver. He draws 1 card. And he scoops. Because this card sucks against the Finsmith variant. Okay. And this is all for the gameplay. So I gave you the deck list. I gave you the gameplay. Now, give me a subscribe. Put a like. comment below in order to boost my video. If you wanna have more deck profile, if you wanna have more, you know, deck analysis, gameplay, you better comment and put that fucking like. And you better click like on my video and subscribe to my channel and don't skip the video in order to see the deck list!